Want it now? Get it instantly. Next day delivery, quick fixes, hack your way to success. Sound familiar? Well, here's something that's going to challenge everything you've been told about modern life. The promise of instant gratification isn't just impossible. It's a carefully constructed lie that's designed to keep you poor, distracted, and perpetually unsatisfied. Here's the uncomfortable truth that billion-dollar industries don't want you to realize. Instant gratification is a myth that's been weaponized against you. Every quick fix, every life hack, every promise of immediate results is deliberately designed to keep you consuming, spending, and chasing the next dopamine hit instead of building anything meaningful or lasting. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you won't miss out on the valuable insights we share in our future videos. What we're about to reveal will completely change how you see the modern world and why you feel constantly unsatisfied despite having access to more instant pleasures than any generation in human history. Let's destroy the myth of instant gratification and show you what actually creates lasting satisfaction: the dopamine hijacking industrial complex. Let's start with something that will blow your mind. Every major tech company, food manufacturer, and entertainment platform employs teams of neuroscientists whose entire job is to make their products as addictive as possible. They're not trying to satisfy you. They're trying to create an endless cycle of craving and temporary relief that keeps you coming back for more. Here's how the scam works. These companies have discovered that the anticipation of a reward triggers more dopamine than actually getting the reward. So they've designed everything from social media notifications to food packaging to streaming services around creating maximum anticipation followed by minimal satisfaction. You get a tiny hit of pleasure, but it fades immediately, leaving you wanting more. Think about it. When did you last feel truly satisfied after scrolling through social media for an hour? Or after binge-watching Netflix? Or after ordering something online that you didn't really need? The answer is never, because these systems are specifically designed to leave you unsatisfied, so you'll keep consuming. Instagram's infinite scroll was deliberately designed to mimic slot machine mechanics. Fast food is engineered with specific combinations of salt, sugar, and fat that trigger cravings without creating satiety. Dating apps use variable reward schedules, the same psychological principle that makes gambling addictive to keep people swiping endlessly. But here's what's really insidious. This constant stimulation is actually rewiring people's brains to become incapable of delayed gratification. Studies show that people's attention spans have decreased dramatically over the past 2 decades. The ability to focus on one task for extended periods, which is essential for building anything meaningful, is being systematically destroyed by instant gratification culture. The quick fix economy that keeps you broke. Now let's talk about how the promise of instant results is keeping people financially trapped. The quick fix economy is a multi-billion-dollar industry built on selling people shortcuts that don't actually work, but they sell the fantasy so well that people keep buying. Weight loss pills instead of sustainable diet changes. Get-rich-quick schemes instead of building actual skills and assets. Life hacks instead of developing discipline and systems. Passive income courses that promise wealth without work. Every single one of these is selling the same lie, that you can get meaningful results without putting in meaningful effort over time. Here's what these industries know but won't tell you. There are no shortcuts to anything worth having. The people selling shortcuts didn't use shortcuts to build their businesses. They built them by understanding that most people desperately want to believe in instant solutions. Then they monetize that desperation. The average person spends thousands of dollars per year on quick fixes that don't work. Diet pills, productivity apps, online courses promising instant success, supplements that claim to replace exercise, investment strategies that promise guaranteed returns. None of these deliver on their promises, but they keep people trapped in a cycle of buying new solutions instead of committing to proven long-term strategies. But here's the cruel irony. The time and money people spend chasing instant solutions could have been used to actually solve their problems through proven, slower methods. Someone could have lost weight through consistent diet and exercise, built wealth through regular investing, or developed skills through deliberate practice. Instead, they're stuck in an endless loop of false starts and disappointment. Why your brain can't handle the modern world. Here's something that will completely change how you see your daily struggles. Your brain evolved over hundreds of thousands of years to survive in a world of scarcity, but you're living in a world of abundance. This mismatch is causing psychological problems that previous generations never had to deal with. Your ancestors had to wait for everything: food, shelter, safety, information, entertainment. Their brains developed powerful reward systems for delayed gratification because patience literally meant survival. But now you live in a world where you can get almost anything instantly, and this is causing your ancient brain circuitry to malfunction. When people constantly get instant rewards, their brains start requiring bigger and bigger stimulation to feel satisfied. It's like developing tolerance to a drug. What used to feel exciting becomes boring, so people need more intense experiences to feel the same level of satisfaction. This is why people feel increasingly restless and unsatisfied, despite having access to more entertainment, food, and convenience than royalty had just a century ago. The research on this is terrifying. Children who grow up with instant access to entertainment, information, and rewards show decreased activity in the brain regions responsible for self-control and long-term planning. They struggle more with focus, persistence, and the ability to work toward distant goals. The instant gratification culture isn't just changing behavior, it's literally changing brain development. But here's what's even worse. This brain rewiring doesn't just affect entertainment and consumption, it affects every area of life. People become incapable of sticking with relationships when they get difficult, careers when they require years to develop, or financial strategies when they take time to show results. The instant gratification mindset makes people quit everything the moment it stops being immediately rewarding. The patience advantage in an impatient world. Now here's where this gets interesting, and this is the part that could actually change your life. Because everyone else is addicted to instant gratification, the few people who develop patience and delayed gratification skills have an enormous advantage in almost every area of life. Think about it. If most people quit exercising after a few weeks because they don't see instant results, anyone who exercises consistently for months or years will be in the top 10% of physical fitness. If most people change jobs every 2 years because they want instant career advancement, anyone who develops expertise over 5 or 10 years will become incredibly valuable. If most people spend every dollar they earn because they want instant purchases, anyone who invests consistently for decades will build substantial wealth. The famous Stanford marshmallow experiment followed children for decades and found that the kids who could delay gratification, who could resist eating 1 marshmallow now to get 2 marshmallows later, had better SAT scores, lower obesity rates, lower substance abuse rates, and higher income levels as adults. The ability to delay gratification was a better predictor of life success than IQ, family income, or any other factor they measured. But here's what's fascinating. Delayed gratification isn't just about self-control, it's about understanding a fundamental truth about how value creation works in the real world. Everything valuable takes time to build. Relationships, skills, businesses, investments, health, knowledge, all of these require sustained effort over extended periods. The people who understand this and act accordingly don't just get better results. They get exponentially better results because they're competing against people who quit at the first sign of difficulty or when results don't come immediately. The compound effect of patient actions. Let's talk about something that will completely shift your perspective on time and effort. The compound effect. This is why patient people don't just do slightly better than impatient people. They do dramatically, exponentially better over time. When someone exercises for 1 day, they get almost no visible results. When they exercise for a week, still barely any change. A month, maybe small improvements. But someone who exercises consistently for a year looks completely different. 5 years, they're in a different category of physical fitness entirely. The same person, the same daily actions, but exponentially different results over time. The same principle applies to everything. learning a skill, building relationships, investing money, developing a career, creating art, starting a business. The effects are minimal in the short term, but exponential in the long term. This is why instant gratification seekers get trapped. They judge strategies based on short-term results, when the real value comes from long-term compounding. Here's a perfect financial example. Someone who saves $200 per month starting at age 25 will have over $500,000 by age 65, assuming average market returns. Someone who waits until age 35 to start saving the same amount will have only about $245,000. Starting 10 years earlier results in more than double the money, even though they only invested for 10 additional years. That's the compound effect of patient action. But compound effects work in reverse too. Someone who accumulates small amounts of debt, gains small amounts of weight, or develops small bad habits might not notice much difference in the short term. But over years and decades, these small negative actions compound into major problems. The person who understands delayed gratification avoids these compound disasters while building compound successes. Breaking free from the instant gratification trap. Here's your action plan for escaping the instant gratification trap and developing the patience that creates real success. First, understand that modern society is designed to make you impatient. Every notification, every advertisement, every urgent message is trying to hijack your attention and create artificial urgency. Recognizing this manipulation is the first step to resisting it. Start practicing what researchers call gratification delay training. Deliberately put small barriers between yourself and immediate rewards. When you want to check your phone, wait 5 minutes. When you want to buy something online, wait 24 hours. When you want to eat something unhealthy, wait 10 minutes and drink water first. These small delays retrain your brain to be comfortable with not getting everything immediately. Create systems that reward long-term thinking. Automate your savings and investments so you're building wealth without daily decisions. Schedule regular time blocks for deep work on important projects. Plan your meals in advance so you're not making food decisions based on immediate cravings. Design your environment to make patient choices easier and impulsive choices harder. Most importantly, reframe how you measure success. Instead of asking, "What results can I get this week?" start asking, "What results can I get if I do this consistently for 5 years?" This simple shift in time horizon will completely change what activities you choose to focus on. Start celebrating process victories instead of outcome victories. Don't just celebrate losing weight. Celebrate sticking to your exercise routine for a month. Don't just celebrate making money. Celebrate consistently saving and investing for 6 months. When you celebrate the process, you build the patience and consistency that create long-term results. The truth about satisfaction and success. Here's the final truth that instant gratification culture doesn't want you to understand. Real satisfaction doesn't come from getting what you want immediately. It comes from becoming the type of person who can achieve meaningful goals through sustained effort over time. The most satisfied people aren't those who can buy anything they want instantly. They're people who can commit to difficult but worthwhile goals and see them through to completion. They find deep satisfaction in the process of growth, improvement, and gradual progress toward meaningful objectives. Success in any area of life, wealth, health, relationships, skills, creativity, requires the ability to do unrewarding things consistently until they become rewarding. This is the exact opposite of instant gratification culture, which promises immediate rewards for minimal effort. The people building real wealth understand that investing isn't exciting day to day, but it's incredibly rewarding over decades. People building great relationships understand that love isn't just the initial excitement, it's the daily choice to support and care for someone even when it's not immediately gratifying. People building valuable skills understand that mastery comes from thousands of hours of practice, most of which isn't immediately enjoyable. Instant gratification promises you can have everything now. Delayed gratification promises you can have everything that actually matters, but you have to wait and work for it. One is a lie that keeps you trapped in cycles of temporary pleasure and lasting dissatisfaction. The other is a truth that leads to lasting satisfaction and genuine success. The choice is yours. Do you want to spend your life chasing the next quick fix, the next instant pleasure, the next easy solution? Or do you want to develop the patience and persistence to build something meaningful, lasting, and genuinely satisfying? If you found this video eye-opening, or if it challenged some assumptions about modern life that you weren't ready to question, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Hit that bell icon to make sure you don't miss any of our future videos, where we'll continue to challenge the myths that keep people stuck and unsatisfied. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, the best things in life aren't instant, but they're worth the wait. See you in the next video.